So, good morning, one and all. So, today we are going to discuss topic duty and delta. So, basic fundamental of duty and delta we have seen in the last class. So, what was the duty that we seen? And now in this particular lecture, I'm going to share with you some factor those are affecting your duty and some terminology to improve the duties that we will see, and then we have some efficiencies parameters like water storage, water application efficiency, and all that we are going to see in this particular lecture. So, and some basic terminology also we are going to discuss in the particular this lecture. So let's start with first factor those are affect your duty. So if you see, first of all, if you I hope everybody know that what does duty mean. So by considering, I suppose so, everybody knows the definition of duty, and after understanding meaning of duty, are you able to better understand the factors those are going to affect your duties? So first that we are going to see here, that methods and system of irrigations. So what are the methods and the system of irrigation do we have that is going to affect your duty? Duty is nothing but how much area is going to be irrigated if a uh, continuous supply of water for a base, any particular base days. In that case, kitna area irrigate hota hai, how much land is going to be irrigated, that considered to be duty. So on the basis of that, we are having a first point that we need to consider, which is going to affect your duty in a particular manner. That is, if you see here, methods and system of irrigation system. In the perennial irrigation system, it's a continuous supply or continuous system of supply is there. It means what will happen due to that, soil will continue kept moist. If there is a continuous supplies of water, means dry soil will not going to be dry at all, it will be continuous moist, hence water requirement for initial saturation is less. So what does that mean actually? Continuous moist means soil surface or soil molecules will be wet, and due to that do not have any dry components or any dry volume of the soil is there, so do not require initial saturation water. So we require a very less initial saturation water. So that's why duty will be increased in that case. If you have a dry soil, in that case, some of the water will automatically going to be utilized for saturation, means to just make it wet. So that thing is, there is a term saturation and non-saturation. Saturation in which we can say voids of soil is filled with the water, or non-saturation, or you can call partially saturated. It means some of the molecules or some of the voids is filled with the water and air, or maybe some of the with the air. But if it is dry state, it's completely there will be air. There is no water. So these are the things basically. What does that mean? Most soil if is there, it means we require a very less amount of water to make that soil to be saturated. So, and due to shallow depth of water table, in that case, it's always wet, or due to that water table depth is very shallow. In that case, percolation is losses is very less. So deep percolation, basically once the water is percolate from the surface of the soil or from the void space between the soil, it will participate into the deep water table. Now, if it is water table is high, in that case, first of all, soil surface will be wet due to the capillarity as well. So they are always in saturation condition or in wet condition, you can say. But in the indention irrigation, means non-perennial, in that case, there will be a waste of use of water will be there. So these are the things, first thing that you need to keep in mind, on which that is depend basically methods and the system of irrigation, which kind of system you are adopting for the for irrigation work. In that case, it is a major one, that factor which is going to affect your duty. Next is mode of application or applying of water. If you see, there are different ways that we have seen, and but different techniques of supplying the water to the land. So if you read here, so what does meaning that flood irrigation system has lesser duty than the furrow system? But does basically duty is not only mean is that how much land is irrigated, fine, for full growth of nourishment of any crop, whatever it is. So any kind of crop can be there, but due to the flood irrigation system, duty comes out to be less because loss of water, wastage of water will take place. Some of water will percolate, some of water will evaporate. But in the case of Euro system, we have a note, losses are very less compared to the flood irrigation system. So in that case, duty comes out to be high. Sub irrigation system gives still higher duty, means the sub irrigation means in that case losses are reduced. If total amount of water is somewhere some a specific quantity, or you are adopting a different ways. Suppose 1 liter water is applying. We have a continuous supply of discharge 1 cubic per second, whatever it is. It is you are supplying for a different approach of technique, means you are supplying that water for flood irrigation, other for furrow, other is sprinkler, other is ground. So the losses in which the water loss is less, that will give you more duty. So you are have to, what you need to do, you need to reduce the losses by adopting some different methods of applying the water. In that case, your duty comes to be higher compared to the flood irrigation or other irrigation in which losses are more. The ring basin irrigation and uncontrolled flooding is less due to, likewise, the system in which the losses are more taken place. In that case, water will lost over there, some percolation will take place, evaporation will take place, some water will be cut out from or fall from some other place, like it is not controlled actually in that manner. In that case, losses comes out to be more. So that's why losses is actually inversely proportional to the, जितना loss कम होगा ड्यूटी उतनी ज्यादा होगी, जितना loss ज्यादा होगा ड्यूटी उतनी कम होगी. So that thing you need to be very clear about that. Mode of cultivation, again a very important point, that is also going to affect your duty. So these are the things that might be you have seen that. So before going to these particular statements, whatever the mentioned things are there, I just put an example in front of you. You better understand that way. Maybe you have seen those things. So we have two kind of cultivation basically. What does cultivation means? We have going to plug the soil with the different equipment, mechanical equipment we have. We have hull and everything, whatever it is, you call or next your local language also. Many times you have seen those also. Before bowing the rice, fine. In that case, what we did, by plug the soil a very deep hull actually. With the cultivators, we generally what we do, we take out the soil very deep, and big soil particles getting out or extracting down. Due to that, if you apply the water to that soil, the duty will comes out to be very less. If it is not plugged out or very smoothly plugged or level surface, in that case you will find your water is flowing very smoothly and very fast compared to the plugged land. So that is a way you need to be very, that's why mode of cultivation is also going to affect your duty. I hope it is clear. I think everybody know these things. So before the mechanical technology comes under existence, we have bulls to cultivate the land. In that case, why obviously they are the animals, they are not having the same power as the tractors or machines have. But due to those, what generally happened, they are not able to plug the soil very deep. So in that case, duty comes out to be more. But nowadays we have a mechanical equipments, we have tractors, we have a very huge high power machines. They plug the land very deep. So due to that, soil particles coming out are extracted out from the soil itself, and water is not going to flow freely. In that case, duty comes out to be less. So that's how its mode of cultivation is effective your duty. So I hope it is clear to everyone. So now the type of crop, again, it's a very important point. Just I explained to you, duty varies from crop to crop. Yes, it's depend which kind of crop you are showing, which kind of crop is this, or time of watering is also effect. Means if a continuous rice, like a rice, if you have a field rice, their water is always standby. Fine, water always there, whatever the depth is required. and continuous supply of water will be there. We are just adding the water into that water, so that water is always there, and by the supplying the water from the tube well or any other source like river or canal, whatever it is, due to that, so water is continuing participating into that sending water, so they will automatically irrigate or to the further land. So that is easy to in that case. But initially, before showing the that rice in that point, we required more water to supply the water to that acre or land, but in which you are going to grow your rice. So depending about crop to crop requirement of water, requirement of water for interval of specific interval of time, according to that also duty will affect. Now the base period of crop, obviously again base period of crop is more than amount of water required is high, hence duty will be low. So duty means a specific amount we have, in that we are going to supply in a particular time for a particular base period, or you can call it crop period. Fine. In that, how much land we are going to irrigate for a complete nourishment or proper growth of the crop बिफोर हार्वेस्टिंग. फाइन. टिल नाउ कितना पानी में चाहिए, कितनी लैंड इरिगेट हो जाएगी उस पर्टिकुलर वाटर से, दैट कंसिडर टू बी ड्यूटी. सो इन दिस केस if you see base period, if base period of crop is more, means that more time के लिए आपको पानी चाहिए, that amount of continuous supply of water is required for more long time. In that case amount of water जो हमारे पास available है, in that case that comes out to be high, and hence duty comes out to be low. So that's the depending on the base period of the crop. Here if you see climate condition of the area, this is a very simple thing. So if temperature is in summer, means there is a heat out there, so evaporation losses are more. In that case duty comes to be less. If a area is humid, or you can say in the winter, in that case again duty will be high. If there is a rainfall, again duty comes out to be very high compared to the other regions. So these are the things that depend upon the climate conditions. And one of the conditions, so if you want to get out from here, is topography of the land also. It will also participate in that case. And natural conditions also, type of soil also. So there are different points you need to be keep in your mind. So one by one we are going to looking into those. Quality of water. If harmful salts are available, in that case what are effect will be there, content of water requires more, water will apply liberally, so that salts are leached off. This will in turn reduce the duty. Basically what happened, due to the poor quality of water you are supplying, harmful salt and alkali content of water will be more there. Fine. In that case salts or which are leached off. Fine. In that case they will reduce the percolation or permeability capacity of the soil. In that case duty will be less. So that's need to be very careful about that. So these are the things also be very careful. Quality is also matter your duty out there. Type of soil. In that case, if the permeability of soil under the irrigated crop is high, water loss due to percolation will be more, and hence duty will be less. So basically in this soil point is this point is very important here in the case of duty. If you look into this particular point here, if the permeability of soil under irrigated crop is high, what does that mean? If the type of soil is changed, it means there is a clay soil, other is sandy soil. Clay soil, the pores are very tiny, very small. In that case permeability is very less compared to the sandy soil. Sandy soils have more larger voids of a space available, and they have more permeability compared to that. That's why losses are more in that soil. But in the clay soil the losses of percolation is less. That's why duty coming out to be more compared to the sandy soil. That's why in the Rajasthan most probably water is even if water is available, they are not going to allow the water to allow the water to according to method of flood irrigation. They are not going to adopt that, because due to the high percolation or high permeability of soil is available over there. The water is going to percolate from there, and it will pass through under the ground or beneath the ground. Obviously in the water table maybe participate or not, depending upon the water amount, how much water you have, but it will not flowing smoothly as it's flowing into the clay soil, like in Haryana, Punjab, or somewhere in other state of India also. So in the sandy soil, basically that is the reason. That's why the duty comes out to be very less. So these are the things also. This point is very important here. So be careful. This also. Now, after seeing the factors those affect, means the on which the duty is primarily depends on, what are the things that we need to careful about. Now, how we can improve that? So what are the factors those are effect? If we see them, or if we treat those factors, or we look into those factors and make correction on them, so we can improve the duty by simple thing. Whatever the points that we have seen, those going to affect in the duty, if we improve these things, obviously ultimately what will happen? It's a duty automatically will improve. So once the various factor affecting duty are properly understood, the duty can be improved by making those factors less effective, which tends to reduce the duty. Obviously, just I mentioned you that after knowing the points which are going to affect your duty, means a factor those going to affect your duty, they are going to reduce the duty. If you treat them, if you improve by making those factors less effective, whatever the measures you are taking, if you reduce them, ultimately your duty will increase. So first of all, whatever the reasons, first land should be cultivated frequently, since frequent cultivation reduce the loss of moisture, especially when the ground within the capillary reach of the ground surface. What does that mean basically? Particularly meaning is that if we are cultivating the land, that should be frequent enough, means the frequency of cultivation should be there. Means you are not going to cultivate the land for 1 month or 2 3 4 5 months or 3 months, kind of means frequent cultivation should be there, not in the कि crop आपने लगा दिया और उसको cultivate करो, that is not the way. वो तो crop खराब हो जाएगी. In that case, means before the crop you need to cultivate to maintain the moisture content which is available into the soil, that should be cultivated, and the void space which you extracted, they are also going to be in smaller size, and in that case permeability will be reduced, and so we can remove the reduce the percolation losses, and you can maintain the duty to be at high level. Then canal should be lined. Obviously, losses, you need to remove the losses. Whatever the losses is taken place, you have to stop those, like losses through the canal banks from the bottom and sides of the canals. You have to line them by lining. But we will do, we will remove the seepage losses which is taken place before the lining. That will be reduced, and due to that reduction of losses, that water can be utilized as the increment of duty. So we can do that also. So these are the things we can do. Then parallel canal should be constructed if there are two canals running side by side. What does that mean actually? So in a village nowadays we have two canals. In my village also, one canal is of bank of earthen banks. They don't have any brick or any other lining. A small canal is also there, that is just parallel to the that earthen bank canals or earthen canals. We have lined canal, that is itself is a brick lined canals. The mostly the water which is generally supplied in the small canal, that is lined canal, to reduce the seepage losses, as well as if extra water is coming, like for heavy rainfall is upside, like in hills, in that case extra water is supplying to that earthen canal also. So in that case also we can reduce the seepage losses, so we can maintain or we can increase our duty. And FSL means full supply level. FSL stands for full supply. If there is a one canal, in that case, same amount we have to distribute into the one first, and then if you distribute into the two, obviously full supply level will be reduced. Fine. In that case, we can reduce the full supply level. So full supply level is also reduced. In that case, losses is also reduced. Canal should be so aligned that the area to be cultivated are concentrated along it. So basically what does that mean? हमें इस तरीके से we should be aligned canal like that कि mostly the area which is going to be cultivated, they are concentrated along it, means they are not far away. If you supply the canal water to the very far in that particular area by using small channels, So due to the supply of that water, obviously, if water is flowing from one point to the other point, the length of channel is increasing. In that case, losses automatically increases. Fine, seepage loss will be there, leakage losses will be there, some evaporation losses will be takes place, some thief activities also there. In that case, loss will take place, and ultimate water that is supplied from head of the canal to the actual field, that will reduce. So these are the things you need to be verified. The source of supply should be such that it gives good quality. Yes, source of water supplies make sure that we should be good enough. Like it should be rainwater that can be passed through the canals, channels, rivers, or it can be a tube well. Tube well water should be good enough so that we can utilize for more work of duty. The rotation of the crop must be practiced. What does that mean actually? You need to change the crop size. Like otherwise, we are always used to do that. We are not going to use one single crop entire year. We are going to change 6 months to 6 months, or even three crops we generally use to take out from the field. Rice, generally in my area, rice, we have wheat, we have vegetables, or many other also you can utilize depending upon the soil and the water availability of your area. So the rotation should take place. Suitable method of applying water to be crop should be used. Obviously, method of applying the water. They avoid the flood irrigation system, so that we can reduce the evaporation losses and percolation losses. Use new techniques like sprinkle irrigation. Go for a sprinkle irrigation, drip irrigation system. So there you can furrow irrigation system. So that will increase your duty of the water. So land should be plugged and leveled before showing the crop. It should be given good tilt. So basically, again, its meaning is again whatever you are doing or properly plugged by wherever the equipment, whatever the equipment you are using, they should be good efficiency enough that they can level the soil before showing the crop, make it good tilth, that is a good soil for any crop and for good duty as well. So these are the things you need to be keep in mind while discussing about the improvement of the duty. If you see here something that I mentioned here, basically in a large canal system, the system, how the canals is distributed, how the water is distributed from a complete source to the end of the source. So in a canal irrigation system, water from its source, first of all, flows into a main canal. So from the river, it's coming out into the main canal, from main canals to the branch canal to the distributaries, distributary to the miners, and miners then to the field channels. So let me हम इसको एक little bit in a simple form if I want to say a big river, then there is a big canal to a small canal to the small distributary to miners to the field channels. Fine. That's how water is flowing throughout the land of cultivated, where we need to cultivated command area. In that the water is passing. Means like for example, you take example of Vyas River or a Satluj River. So all the water which is coming by, we are storing that water by making a dam like a Bakhda dam. That water is stored behind that wall, and that water is utilized for many purposes. So that's why it's considered to be multi-purpose dam or multi-purpose water works. Fine. In that case, some of the water is utilized for your electricity and some for irrigation work. Like many canals is passing through that from that dams. It is many of the rivers or canals is passing through my state from Haryana. It's passing Delhi, in Punjab. So you find those many canals or rivers which is collecting or getting water from a single source, that is Bhakra Dam, which is dam over the big river. From that river to the big canal to the small canal or branch canals, and then it flows to distributary, small distributary, miners, and field channels. That's how the water is passing. So obviously, due to passing through these from first source to the ultimate point, that is a field channel to the water is flowing through the field. So there will be some losses always there. because from initiate point to the end point, it passing through that, loss is always there. That losses is basically called transit losses or transmission or conveyance losses in that. So let me put, these are the things which is mentioned here. Just let me explain by taking this diagram here. So I just consider the Bakra Dam example. What we have here, this is the river. This is the main river. We construct a barrage, weir, or any retaining wall, like a dam, to retain the water. So water is retained behind it. So after retaining, we make a canals here. This is canal head regulator, which is used to regulate the water, how much water we need to supply to this. Then this river is main canal. Fine. Extra water for sediment escape channel. Basically, what is happening here, after the water is canal regulator, after regulating the water is going to be retained here. Some of the water which is going to be passing here, means some water will have the sediments with it, so that will be going to be settled down somewhere here. So that is basically used to, these are the this line or this channel is representing sediment escape channel. So basically we are used to uh, supply those sediments into the main river again. So otherwise the capacity of discharge carrying will be reduced after the settling of the sediment take place into this. Fine. Then it will be passing through the Branch Canal. Its volume is generally more than 30 cubic. Then Branch Canal to distributor is discharge is less than 30 cubic. Then we have minor is discharge is less than 2.5 cubic. Minor to we have an outlet point. This is a water course, and then you can say field channel to the field. That's how water is from this initiate point to reach to the field where we actually require the water. So duty consider how much land or field is irrigated, or in that how much crop is going to be full nourishment for continuous supplying of a specific amount of water for a base period. So that considered to be the duty. Now you can consider where is the maximum duty coming out, that you need to be verified, and that we will see in the later parts. Efficiencies of water for supplying from one point or other, that we are going to see. So these are the things which is mentioned also here, so you can read it yourself. It's not a good, and nothing is technical things here. So from the seeing the diagram, if you find here, clear that duty of water at head of the water course will be less than that duty of water on the field. Because when water flows at the time land के पर जितना पानी होगा, actually that is the water we are going to utilize for the field, or that water actually supplied to the land, that is considered to be duty. Whatever the water is head of the level, that is not the matter. Matter is the how much amount of water is reached to the field, and that water is utilized for the growth of nourishment of that crop for base period particularly. So that value coming out to be more compared to the water on the field. Because when from head to the head losses will take place, that's why those losses considered to be transit losses or conveyance losses or transmission losses. In that case we can call it. And the duty at the head of the water course, that is at outlet point of minor, is quite important and is called outlet discharge factor. So make this point highlight, and this point may be asked into the 2 marks question. So duty at head of the water course, just outlet point of minor is quite important and is considered to be outlet discharge factor. So there is numerical also that we will see in that how to find out those values. So then we have different duties depending upon those. So flow duty and quantity duty. What does flow duty and quantity duty means here? In direct irrigation system, or duty is always expressed in hectare per cubic. In flow, that is considered to be flow duty. But storage duty, what does difference between those two? Flow duty, maybe you are not getting idea what does it mean. After storage duty study, you might get idea what does flow duty means. Storage duty means we are store the water in a reservoir or any tank you have, and then After getting knowing the volume of that tank or reservoir, we can calculate the amount of water available with us, and extra in that case we can calculate that duty, how much land is going to be irrigate by using that water. So that considered to be quantity duty or storage duty. Flow duty directly is water is flowing through the land, so that considered to be flow duty. And quantity and storage duty, in that case we are going to store that water. We know how much water we stored in a reservoir or in any tank in which we are going to store the water. So irrigation capacity of reservoir directly known because we know the area. We can say we know the volume of water which is stored into that, and if we know the volume, if we have outlet, and if I give you a time limit, means 1 liter of water is passing from a point in a second, so you can calculate the discharge also, and you can note down how much the land is irrigated by supplying continuously that water for a particular discharge. You can calculate the duty of that land also. So that's how you can calculate. So before moving further, if you see in the further, there are some terminology or some definitions that we require to understand here. First is Kharif ratio or crop ratio. Basically, we are going to see what is the ratio between Kharif ratio and crop ratio. Crop means one season to the other season ratio that we are going to see. So basically what does that mean is if you have some idea, most probably, so everybody knows that we generally have rice itself is a very huge amount compared to the wheat. So area to be irrigated for Rabi crop, that is generally rice considered to be a Rabi crop. More than that for a Kharif crop. Kharif means a wheat crop basically. The time when wheat we are going to grow. In that time, you can imagine yourself how many, which kind of crops you generally use to grow. So that ratio of proposed area to be irrigated in Kharif season to that in Rabi season, that considered to be Kharif Rabi ratio. As you can see the name also, Kharif to the Rabi means the ratio of irrigation that land over which Kharif crop is irrigated, growing or irrigated per unit, you can say, or divide by the ratio that Rabi crop which is going to be grown into the season of Rabi only. So that ratio is considered to be Kharif Rabi ratio, or you can write it as crop ratio. So don't take it Rabi or Kharif. It's a Kharif Rabi ratio, or you can call it Rabi crop ratio. So that ratio is generally 1:2. Kharif area is around half of the Rabi area, because rice is generally all over India we are going to grow. Wheat is somewhere it's not we are growing, because wheat time we have different mustard and all that stuff is also there. So generally rice is all there in Punjab. Mostly we have rice. In Haryana, some of the area we don't have, but mostly all 60% we have rice. Then UP, we have sugarcane, rice again. Then go to the south also, Maharashtra, MPs, all areas you will find some rice in Bihar. So in those areas we have rice. So rice is a very big, we are growing in big amount compared to the other crops. That's why its value coming out to be higher than the other. Flow irrigation. Sometime in the initial stage, if you see before the crop is showing, the land is very dry. Yeah, obviously, that time we are not going to supply the water to the land. This particular happens at the time of showing of Rabi crops. At the time of Rabi crop, on the hot September, we are going to grow the rice. Like nowadays in the September time, we are going to grow or showing the Rabi at time or rice at the time. In that case, we don't. Their land is very dry. So in that case, when soil may be too dry to be sown easily, in such case, we need to apply some water to that initially before cultivating the land. So to moisten or just wet the surface, that thing is considered to be known as flow irrigation. So let me put in other words. Basically, in the September time, like in a when we are going to sow the rice, because rice I'm just putting, because Rabi maybe you get confused, but no, you may people know rice means. So rice, before rice, we have a 2 months actually gap between the Kharif to the Rabi, because in the if you maybe everybody knows that wheat is cut out down into April month. After April, May, June, July, mostly July, in the mid July we start showing the rice. So 2 months approximately we are not having any crop into the land. So many people, those who are going to take a third crop out of that, in that case they generally cut the wheat early, and they start ultimately after that they can grow their some vegetables like moong can be there, and any grow the vegetables you can grow there. But somehow many people don't do those that third crop also. In that case, some in that particular time, because we have heat out there in April, May and June, we have peak heat out that time, and completely surface is dry. So before sowing the rice, before sowing the Rabi crop into that, so what we do generally, we supplying is amount of water to just moisten or to wet the surface for crop the further to showing the further crop like for rice, and then that thing is considered to be pluviometry. So I hope it's clear to you, right? Core watering is a name, generally it's a call in a local language or in a Hindi language or in English, so same name we call it as core water, we generally used to say. Core watering is generally a first watering after the sowing the crop, or it reaches up to some, or its height may be reached up to few centimeters. So local language में people used to say core lagana. We are going to do core lagana. So that considered to be called as core watering. It's a core watering is generally used to put into the wheat field actually. After sowing the wheat, in a month or in a 15 days, depending on the soil type also. If the soil is having a good quality of moisture, or it's having capacity to store the water itself, in that case you can go for 1 month delay, or otherwise in some dry states like Rajasthan or somewhere in where we have sandy kind of soil, in that case you need to supply water within 15 days or week also. So it's a crop will be coming out to be a few centimeter high. In that case, that water, the first water after sowing, you are going to apply after few centimeter height of the crop, that considered to be core watering. And that core watering must be applied within a fixed period time. Yes, it's there is a fixed time. Generally, farmers not again this thing is not fixed. According to me, actually, it's depend upon environment. It depends on soil type. It depends upon crop type. So there are many things that we need to consider. It's a not fixed particular time, but for a particular land, for a particular crop, or a particular season, or particular weather, you can say it's a fixed time. Otherwise, for being a different crop, being a different soil with a big different environment condition, with the different humidity and all that stuff, in that case, it is not going to be fixed. So otherwise, you can consider to be fixed depending on the type and all that just we discussed. Cash crop, I think everybody knows this term is already discussed in also in the previous classes. So cash crop may be defined the crop which has to be uncased in market for processing, etc. It can be consumed directly in culture. Cannot be consumed actually. Like cotton, we are not going to eat them. Tea, jute, tobacco, these are the not the things that we directly consume them. They are directly sold to the market, and then some treatment and some things that we can do them over the crop, and then that can be utilized for animals and all that stuff. Like we have cotton, in that cotton we have ratios. That ratio can be utilized for making clothes and all stuff, and bees, or you can say the grain into that cotton part, that can be utilized for animals feed. So these things can be utilized like that. So they are directly not going to be consumed by the human beings. They need to be sold on the market, and then some treatment or something that we need to do, and then they can utilize over the for consumption. Then we have crop rotation. What does that mean? Crop rotation means we are going to rotate the crop type. Means for a particular time we having a different crop for different particular time. Means for 6 months we have like nowadays we have rice is continuing. After rice cutting we have wheat. After wheat again we rice. Likewise for different we have different kind of combinations of crops, and that considered to be rotation of the crops. So like one is wheat, jowar, gram, rice, gram, cotton, jowar, gram. These are the jowar is basically is the animal grain. Animal you can feed, you can call it. Rice, gram, wheat, jowar, gram. These are the some combination or that can be utilized, or one you can make like rice, wheat. Fine. So these can be the combination of crop rotation. Before going to the efficiency, again I'm going to share the poll with you, so that it's on your screen now.